Hello, Anna, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Nice to hear you. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
I'm really good, really nice. And how was your day today?
Today is very hot, so a little bit tired.
Oh, and what did you do today? Hmm?
Today I work some time and I do some small thing.
Mhm. Okay, very nice. And can you please tell me, how was your weekend? What did you do on the weekend?
The weekend I do nothing.
Okay, and why?
I only cook and wash clothes, clean the house, etc. Yes.
Okay, very nice. Okay, and now let's have a look. Okay, now let's see what do we have. We have here. I prepared some lesson. I hope that you will like it. Okay, just one moment. Just one moment, please. I found one suitable lesson. Okay. Okay, this is about world's problems. Okay, so we have a lesson about world's problems. Now, just one moment. Okay, I will share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see.
Okay, so we have every learner is an important customer. So what do you think? Is every learner important customer?
Every learner is an important customer. Mm,
So what do you think? Is every learner important customer? What do you think?
every learner is an English learner or what learner?
Learner, someone who is learning something. Okay, for example, right now you are a learner. Okay, now, and I want to ask you. Okay, so are you a learner? Why learn every learner is important customer? Can you please tell me? What do you think?
I think that yes, maybe
Mm-hmm.
because if the uh, from this learner they can introduce to another learner to become the customer. What do you think?
Mm-hmm. Yes, every learner, someone who is learning something, can be an important customer. Okay. For example, okay, I'm learner. You will learn something to me. Okay, about for example, seafood, because you're doing something about seafood. Now we will learn. Okay, words before listening. What are the world's problems? Can you please tell me? What are some problems? Okay, so we have here this
Um,
lesson.
mm,
So what are the world's problems? What do you think?
the world problems are the war, the COVID crisis, gas crisis, inflation,
Inflation.
around the world.
Okay. And what we can do to solve this problem? Okay, so what is something that we can do to solve this problem?
I think um, the world leaders need to have meeting and to solve problem and war war arise uh, become start become the Russia.
Mm-hmm.
So if Russia and Ukraine had a good relationship, they will not make the war.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and we have here, okay, consequences. Okay, so what are consequences? Okay, so we have war in Ukraine, Russia and Ukraine. So what are some consequences? What can happen to them?
Uh,
Okay.
happen to them first. the most
Yes.
important things is the people die a lot.
Okay.
And
Okay.
the construction were broken everywhere in Ukraine, and price inflation.
Inflation. Okay.
Yes,
Inflation. Okay.
inflation.
Inflation. Okay. Very nice. Inflation. Okay.
Inflation. Yes.
Okay. Very nice. Okay. And now let's have a look. Okay. So we have here. Okay. Inflation. Now let's see this. Okay. This is interesting. Okay. Now, can you please read the first question for me and give me your answer?
What are some the achievements in regard to Millennium Development Goals set in 2000?
Okay. So what are some achievements in regard to the Millennium Development Goal set in 2000? What do you think? What are the goals for economic goals for every country? What do you think?
I never see the Millennium Development Goals set in 2000.
But what are every goals for every country? For example, can you please tell me about Vietnam? What are some country about? What are the problems about?
Uh, Vietnamese goals about the climate change.
Okay, and why?
Because Vietnam must contribute, contribute,
Contribute.
contribute in the stable for climate change.
Okay, and what is the most important product in Vietnam? Okay, for example,
Rice.
rice. Okay, so do you Vietnam export rice? That means to, for example, to sell to other countries. Okay, so
Yes. So Vietnam has go to stable the supply food.
a stable supply and food. Very nice. Okay, now let's see. We have here corruption. Okay, this is. Do you know the meaning of the word corruption?
Yes, I know.
Okay, so what is something, for example, that you think about corruption? In Vietnam, are there corruption in Vietnam? Can you please tell me?
There corruption, big corruption in Vietnam. So recently, the government give many measures to reduce the corruption.
Okay, and how people can reduce corruption? What people can do to reduce corruption?
Um, Only the leaders can do something because here the people cannot do anything.
Okay, and can you try to make a sentence with word corruption? Use word corruption and make a sentence.
Corruption have many bad aspects, but the good aspect, the corruption can make the money to use.
Okay.
Like I and my old boss already discussed about this thing. Like if the leaders, the high leader, if they had the money, they because not their money, so they can give a lot.
Okay. Yeah. And how about you? Okay, if someone wants to corrupt you, if someone wants to give you a lot of money, what would you do in this situation? For example, if someone gives you a lot of money to do something that is not okay, so what would you do?
I don't do because the last many years ago when I make investment, the supplier give me money, but I don't take.
Okay, and why you didn't take it? Why?
Because I think if I take money will affect to my decision.
Okay, very nice. Okay, I'm happy to hear that. Okay, now,
Yeah.
okay, and can you please read this example?
Corruption can be widespread at the local government level, even if it's controlled effectively at the central government level.
Okay, so corruption can be widespread. Okay, and why? What do you think? Why corruption can be widespread? What do you think?
Because if the the government is a system, so if this leader take money, another people also can take money. I think so.
Okay, very nice. Okay, another people can take money. Very nice. Now, okay, so we have here, okay, this, okay, recurring.
Recurring.
Okay, now, okay, now can you please read this text?
My sister has recurring nightmare about the end of the world after watching the movie Train to Busan.
Okay, and how about you? Did you ever recurring about something?
Yes, I often had the recurring nightmare about anything.
Okay, okay, like what? Okay, can you give me examples? Okay, what nightmares, for example, do you have?
I go to the mountain and people but chase me in the mountain or like this. I often see like this.
Okay, and okay, now, and can you make a sentence with word recurring? Use word recurring and make a sentence.
Corruption. Corruption. Recurring adjective Nick. Recurring
Correct.
is adjective adjective a noun. I mean the recurring a noun or verb or
Okay, recurring. Okay, so recurring. My sister has recurring. This is like adjective. Okay, so.
adjective. Mm, uh, every week I have a recurring nightmare about
Okay, and
about
about what?
the people chase me on the mountain.
On the mountain. On the mountain. Okay, very nice. And now, let's see. And what else can be recurring for you? What else, for example, is recurring for you? Can you please tell me?
I have a recurring invitation about taking coffee with friends.
Okay, and why? Can you please tell me why?
Because they like. They
They,
like to drink coffee.
so they like to drink coffee. Very nice. Okay, so many of them likes to drink coffee. Very good. Okay, now, and can you please tell me, okay, what else, for example, you like to do? For example, with your friends. What else, for example, can be recurring or not good that can happen with your friends and you? Can you please tell me?
Um, we had a recurring meeting every week. with my friends.
Ah, very nice. And why? Can you please tell me why?
Because we want to have meeting together.
Ah, very nice. Okay, have a meeting together. Very nice. Okay, now let's have a look. Okay, now we have here fossil fuel. Okay, so one of the problems that we are facing is fossil fuel. Okay, so what do you think? Why the fossil fuel is a problem?
Because the fossil fuel will run out one day. Run out of one day.
Okay, very nice. And can you please tell me, okay, what we can do to stop using fossil fuels?
In the world, the leader are having the meeting to reduce the using fossil fuel.
Ah, very nice. Okay, and can you make a sentence with word fossil fuel? Can you make a sentence with words fossil fuel?
Fossil fuel will affect to our environment a lot.
Okay, so fossil fuel will affect. Okay, and how this can affect?
Like the can make the pollution. Can have pollution.
Okay,
Coal can have the pollution.
Okay, very nice. Okay, so this is something that can happen. Okay, and what we can use, for example, instead of fossil fuels? Okay,
we can use the solar energy.
Okay, very nice. And why? Can you please tell me why?
Because the solar the ready to use. It had ready in natural.
Ah, very nice. Okay, now let's have a look. Okay, now can you please read this text for us?
Gasoline price fluctuate frequently worldwide.
Fluctuate.
Gasoline prices fluctuate frequently worldwide because gasoline is a fossil fuel and access the quantity is limited by its non-renewable nature.
Renewable nature. Okay.
Renewable.
Nature. Okay. Now let's see. We have here fossil fuel here. Now this. Okay. Oh, this is something that is dangerous. Okay, in my opinion. Okay. What is this?
Greedy.
Greedy. Okay. Now. Okay. Very nice. And what can you see here in this picture?
The cat is greedy to take a lot of milk.
Milk. Okay, very nice. Milk. Okay. Milk. Okay. And why are people greedy? Why?
Because they they are greedy because I think from the education affect from education because if the parent educate children good in the good way,
Yes.
the children will not greedy.
Okay, so children will not be greedy.
Yes.
Okay, will not be greedy. Okay, very nice. Okay, and can you please tell me, do you know someone, for example, who is greedy? Do you know someone who is greedy?
I think in our life, a lot of people are greedy.
Okay, and what do you think? Why are they greedy? Why people are greedy, in your opinion? What do you think?
Because they never feel enough.
Okay. And what do you think? Who is more greedier? Okay, rich people or poor people?
I think that depend the character, not rich or poor people.
Okay. And can you try to make a sentence with word greedy?
Many people don't like greedy person.
Many people
Don't like
when
some greedy.
Someone is greedy. Okay. So many people don't like when someone is greedy. Very nice. Okay, now let's have a look. Okay, can you please read this text for us?
Despite being one of the most successful speakers, my uncle was greedy for more fame and fortune.
For more fame and fortune. Okay, very nice. Now, and can you please tell me, okay, why people want to have more fortune? Why, in your opinion? Why they want to? Okay, so for example, we have someone who has a lot of money. Okay, so he cannot spend all of the money. But why people wants to have more and more money? In your opinion, what do you think?
Because I think in my uh, I think the first they never feel the life is enough, and they worry too much about of the life of the the
Okay, so they worried too much. Yes, but for example, why rich people? Okay, so this is the problem, economic problem that we have in the world. Okay, so they have enough money. So why they want to have more money?
I think that is the natural character. I mean the we um uh, I think the mind
Mind,
depend on mind.
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 Okay, so this is something that depend on their mind.
Yes, depend on the mind.
And this is why, for example, they want to be
Yes.
greedy. Okay,
Even if the rich people is more greedy than poor people.
okay, are more greedy than poor people. Okay, are more greedy than poor people. Very nice. Okay, now let's have a look. Okay, now this is something that is also very dangerous. What is this?
Terrorism.
Okay, so what do you think about terrorism? What is your opinion about terrorism?
I think the terrorism often happen when conflict between the religion.
Okay, because of the religion. Okay, so
Yes.
terrorism. Okay, and how we can stop terrorism? What we can do to stop terrorism?
I think not easy to stop terrorism because if they 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 aware something. For example, they think that their religion is good, another religion is not good. So and happen um, the conflict.
Okay, so we have a conflict because of this. Okay, we have a conflict. Okay, and what we can do to stop terrorism? Okay, so what is something that we can do to stop terrorism?
Well, we need to upgrade the education. Only education.
Okay, upgrade education. Okay, and how we can do that? For example, how we can upgrade our
We
education?
we must have a lot of activists activists to widespread the good education.
Okay, to spread the good education. Now, can you please read this text for me?
Why there no doubt that state must respond to serious threat of international terrorism. This must be done in accordance with international law.
Okay, so we have international. Okay, and what do you think? Why international terrorism happen? In your opinion, what do you think?
First, I say the conflict, religion,
Conflict of religion. Conflict of religion.
and the S. I forgot. Extremist. Extremist. I mean, some people is very extremist.
Some people are very okay.
The extremist. Yeah, I think that I say extremist.
Okay, and now, and how, for example, what people can do to stop threat of international terrorism? What people can do to stop it? What is something that, for example, a government can do to stop terrorism?
They because the some people are extremists, so I think the only we give the education to teach them to become to be happy. Also I think the economic also the one solution. Economic.
Okay, economy has one solution. And what is the solution? Okay, for example, for this problem. Okay, so we have, for example, terrorist attacks all around the world. Okay, so so how we can prevent, okay, for example, on the airports, so how we can stop terrorists to do something like this, in your opinion?
I think that we need the insurance system must be flexible. Intelligent system must flexible and must have a good military system. Military. Modern military system. They can investigate before happen.
Okay, and I want to ask you, yes, okay, this is something that is clear. Okay, and what do you think about your government? Are they doing a good job? What do you think?
Yet, I think our government do this thing is very good because you know the old regime in USA. The each year send a lot of people come here to Vietnam to make a war, to write us, to delegation. Yes, demonstration. So and yes, and the government prevent on.
Okay, now let's have a look. Okay, so we have here poverty. Okay, poverty. Okay, now can you please tell me what can you see here in this picture? What can you see it?
I think the old house, the old home, and dirty. I think this is the poor city, not the village. I think the one a poor city.
Okay, and we have here, okay, this city is poor. Okay, so what is, how we can help people? Okay, so this is economic problem. So how we can help people here?
People, I think I see the a red cross organization often bring the food from the many organization donate to poor people, to poor country.
Hmm? To poor, okay, to have a poor country. Okay, and for example, how the government can help them? What is something that government can do to help them?
The government need to build the many projects, bring the investment from the foreign country to their country. If the have factory, the people can do as a worker, and agricultural project, the farmer can work, and uh, many their own factory, mean the hair factory and agricultural project. So the people can do farm and can do in the factory.
Okay, now can you please read this text for us?
In less developed countries, the majority of the older people experience poverty.
Okay, now and why in less developed countries our people, older people experience poverty? Why?
Because first they experience the war.
Because of the war.
The first reason. The second reason là when the when the society develop, have much more factory, much more construction to do, to work, to have money.
Okay. Okay, yes, and these people, and how about people in your country? Okay, in my country we have something like this. In my part of the city, not my part of the city, but in some parts of my city where I live, we have something like this. How about in your parts of the city?
Yes, my country is same. The old people experience very like my mother generation is very poor, and until my generation is also poor but better than before. After until the generation nowadays, they don't experience the circumstance of the lack of food to eat, or like this lack of gas. I already have ever to go to go to go the
Community?
committee, yes, to add the each kilo gas or rice or like this.
Okay.
And you?
Um, we had a lot of wars in previous time, so we had a lot of wars, and now we will have economic crisis now, definitely, because our government is not capable to provide us what we need, because they constantly lie to us. Okay, so for example, a part of my country where I live. Okay, so this part of the country, this is okay. We produce many crops like corn, like wheat, like all of these products are this area is suitable to produce many products as corn, as wheat, etc., fruit, and now we need to import some of these products, but we have this area can feed, for example, half on Europe, but our government doesn't explore these abilities of our country that we have. So they want to, for example, to put so many factories. I don't know why do we need factories, so much factories. Okay, some factories, okay, but and they don't care about crops. And crops, for example, you have north part of the country, south part of the country. In the north part of the country where I live, this is something that is what was the most important product in our history, and we make money because of this product. But now there is the problem, okay, because they want to produce they want to make some factories about tires, about, I don't know, about cars, but we don't know why we can, for example, have to have better production of crops. So we don't know that. For example, he was saying, our leader was saying that we have everything is prepared for the crisis about food, that we will not be hungry, and after 2 weeks, okay, so we don't have anything. So in some part he was telling a lie. Okay, in the beginning or the end, something it's not okay. Something is not okay. So okay, so we need to have he was telling to us that, for example, that many people will die because we don't have enough food. That is terrible. Imagine that your leader saying something like this. Yes. Okay. So prices, for example, milk here in my country costs right now. It costs, for example, $1.20, something like this. But milk from 1.5 liter. Now the price of the milk is, for example, $1.5. So much higher, for 30 cents higher. So also fuel, also bread, also some of these main products that we are using in a regular base, the prices are much higher. So I don't know. Yes, and we will have poverty in our something that will happen. Okay, so we already made the sentences here. Now, better late than ever. Okay, now example. Okay, here we have this example, but before, can you please tell me what can you see here in this picture? Can you please tell me what can you see it?
I see they are hiking.
Hiking. Okay, and how about you? Do you like to go on hiking?
I like.
Okay, and why? Can you please tell me why?
I think they're very excited.
Okay, it's very excited. Okay, now can you please read this part of the text for me?
It's late to combat climate change, but better late than never.
Okay, but better late than never. Okay, so what is better to do late than never, for example? What do you think? What we can
I think
do?
like climate change. Now we try to like the Vietnamese sea coast. A lot of rubbish in the glow the coast. A lot of rubbish. If we try to solve from now, maybe later, if we don't solve, a lot of rubbish will be in the sea.
Okay, so a lot of rubbish will be in the sea. Very nice. Okay, so that is really nice to hear. I mean, your sentence is nice. Okay, and now can you make a sentence with words better late than never? Use word better late than never and make a sentence.
Please react. We better late than never.
Please react. React.
React.
Better late than never. Okay, better late than never. Okay, very nice. Now, let's have a look. Okay, so we have here subject plus may or might as well. Now, example. Okay, can you please read the first example here for us?
Since you don't like any other places foods, you might as well just stay at home.
Okay, so now, okay, can you try to make a sentence with word since? Use word since and make a sentence.
Since I was young, I already experienced the poverty.
Okay, since I was young, I experienced poverty. Poverty. The poverty. Okay, so since I was young, I experienced poverty. Okay, now, can you please read the next two examples?
Since it's raining non-stop, we might as well stay inside this hotel. The traffic in Ho Chi Minh City is extremely heavy at 5 p.m. We might as well stay inside our company.
Okay, okay, very nice. And what is the weather like, for example, right now in your country? Can you please tell me? What is the weather like in your country?
The weather right now in my country is in my city is very hot. It's 30 degrees Celsius.
Celsius. Okay, and what is something that you can do to, for example, to refresh yourself? Do you have fans? Do you have air conditioner? What do you have?
I have the fan to reduce the heat.
Okay, so this is something that you can do. Okay, now let's have a look. Okay, I have here about traffic. Okay, so can you please tell me something more about traffic in your city? Are you okay?
Yes, okay. Sorry.
Are you a little bit tired?
No, it's okay.
Okay.
The traffic in rush hour is often jam.
Traffic jam. Traffic jam. Okay.
Jam.
Traffic jam. There is always a traffic jam. Okay. And what is something that you can do when it's traffic jam? What is something that you can do when you have a big traffic jam?
We stand if we have the traffic jam. In just hour first we stay home. Or if the other day we only stand one place.
Okay. Now let's see. Okay, we have here. Okay. Now, can you please read this text and fill these blanks?
Today I'm talking to people about what's happening in the world. And that what do you think are the big gigs facing the world today?
Okay, so what do you think? What are the biggest problems that facing the world today?
I think the biggest problem we are facing the world today, that's a the inflation.
Okay, and why? Why do you think so?
Because because effect from war, uh, effect from war, like the Ukraine and Ukraine and Russia, and now the China won about the China and Taiwan war.
There is a war in China and Taiwan?
Yes, maybe.
Okay.
Because the Taiwan is belong the China before. You know the
Yes,
like you
yes, I know that they have a conflict, but I didn't know that there is a war right now.
maybe because the American are helping Taiwan and the China don't agree and doesn't agree. But last time China won, maybe we'll have a war between the China and Taiwan.
Okay, and what do you think about? Okay, so we have here Ukraine and Russia, and what do you think about this situation between China and Taiwan? What is your opinion about this situation?
I think if the happen the war between the China and Taiwan, will affect a lot because especially the Asian
In Asia.
Yes, Asian countries.
Okay, and why do you think so? Okay, so Asian countries will have a problem. What kind of problem Asian countries can have?
First you you put commodity affects from Russia, the gas increase, and now we don't know the what side we belong because like Vietnam we sell product to Taiwan, we sell product to China. If the happen war between the China and Taiwan, we don't know what side we stand for.
Maybe natural side. Maybe decide that, for example, you don't want
New,
to pick up any side. Maybe this is the best solution. Okay, so now let's have a look. Okay, we have here. Okay, we will skip this. Now I want to ask you, what do you think is the #1 world issue? Okay, beside war. Okay, so we have a war. What else, for example, okay, can be a problem for world issue? What do you think?
I think the poverty also is the war issue nowadays, especially in the Africa.
And why do you think so?
Because the Africa, I see the first if the climate change. I mean the Africa already very hot and they don't have a good condition to find to earn money. If the and the lead to the poverty.
Okay, and we have here global warming. What do you think about this problem? Okay, so it's global warming. What do you think about this problem?
I think also this is a big problem. Because nowadays you know the like before we had a 4 seasons in 1 year, but
Yes.
now only 2 seasons, hot and rain very heavy and hot very heavy too.
Okay, and yes, and okay, and this is in your country. In my country, we have all 4 seasons. We have spring, summer, yes, autumn, and winter. We have all 4 seasons, but weather is much warmer now. It's much hotter. For example, when we compare the time 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20, 30 years ago, it's much hotter right now. So, okay, so we have here a global warming now. Okay, wars, hunger, poverty. Okay, Now, I want to ask you about this artificial intelligence. What do you think about this?
I think the very developed now, the fast develop the artificial intelligence. And if the artificial intelligence develop day by day, will affect to the people because if the artificial intelligence develop, the can insist the people to work.
Okay, and for example, why artificial intelligence is better than, for example, when we are speaking about a man, when man is doing some job. Okay, sorry, I want to ask you, what do you think? What is better, artificial intelligence, or, for example, when people are doing the job? So
I think depend the position. Some position artificial intelligence will instinct very good, but some position also need the people, need a man. I think depend the position, depend the places.
Okay, and we have here water scarcity. Okay, so for example, clean water. What do you think about this problem? What is your?
I think water scarcity, clean water. Nowadays we like Vietnamese, we don't have the really clean water resources.
Okay.
We drink water from the river, but as you know, the river also very dirty. We use the clean system.
And how is the clean system, for example, in your country? Clean system.
Clean system, they use some chemical to clean well the water.
Okay.
But I think cannot be clean well.
Okay, and why? Can you please tell me why?
Because also only use some chemical, how the dirty can be clean well. I think so.
Very nice. Now we have here, okay, this. Okay, now what are the causes of the world issue mentioned above? Okay, so what is the cause of these issues that, for example, we have global warming, wars, okay, virus like coronavirus. So what are the causes of the world issue we have mentioned up?
The causes, I think from the people and but I think the most from the people, like the global warming, we overuse natural resources. We overuse natural resources. We don't recreate.
Create.
Recreate. I mean tái tạo. Sorry, recreate mean the remake.
Make. We don't make.
We don't remake. I think remake.
Remake.
Yes.
Okay, and we have here ignorance. What do you think about ignorance?
Ignorant. Yes, I think many people ignorant the war issue because they think some people had responsibility with the environment, but some they don't have responsibility with environment.
Okay, so and what do you think about greed? Okay, so why people, for example, they are destroying the earth, and in one time, and from one side and from the other side, they are greedy. So what do you think? Why are people so greedy about these issues? What do you think?
I still not understand. Can you?
Okay, why are people so greedy? What do you think? Why are people so greedy? Okay, so we have these problems. Okay, we have here, for example, what are the causes that are mentioned? We have greed. What do you think about greed? How greed can cause world
Because
issue?
they only think about their benefits.
Okay, so they only think about their benefits. Okay, and what are their benefits? Okay, so for example, if we have too many people, if the river is dirty, okay, so what are the benefits of the rich people?
Because the river dirty, the many factory they 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 take out to environment the dirty water, and they don't use the clean system before take out the environment, but they use some money to go to bring to the leaders, and leader okay, and they don't punish the company. And I think
And this is one of the on the biggest problems that we are facing. You want to say this? That this
yes.
is one of the biggest problems that we are facing right now. Okay, now let's hear. And why should one care about global problems? Okay, so why should one care about global problems?
Why should one? You mean that every people,
Every
every person
need,
care about growth?
yes. Why
Yes,
needs to care?
yes. I think so, because each person must care about the global problem. If this person care but another person don't care, the result is the same.
The
Not had
result.
a good result. Yeah.
There is not a good result. Okay, very nice. And how do you take care of global of big problems? What do you do? Okay, the final question. What is
Um,
something?
I never to throw the rubbish in the environment like this, and I never throw the rubbish not in. I always put in the dustbin like this.
Okay, very nice. Okay, now Anna, we finished our class. What do you think? Was it better than previous one? What do you think?
Okay, yeah, better. It's okay.
Okay,
Thank you. Thank you
did
for
you
your time.
enjoy it?
Yeah, yes. Okay.
Okay, very nice. Now I have to go and see you tomorrow.
See you.
I will prepare more interesting lessons for tomorrow.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yes, yes. Thank you. Thank
Bye
you.
bye.